already know what it is. It's your girl Shira, and I am back with another video. So today we're going to be making spaghetti carbonara. So I was just on vacation and I had this a lot, y'all, so I wanted to see if I can come home and make it myself. So what y'all think? Y'all think I can do it? Yeah. All right, let's see if I can do it. Let's see. Okay, so of course we need our salt, we need our pepper. That's going to give us our seasoning, our base seasoning. Also some Parmesan cheese. We add that in there. This is going to create our sauce for us. We're going to add some minced garlic. Now this is the olive oil like flavored minced garlic, but it tastes the same. It was actually good, so we're going to add some of that. Of course we got our bacon, so you can use pork. I don't eat pork, but we're going to add that. Of course we're going to add our spaghetti. Now it's time to crack them eggs. So we're going to crack them. Our 3 eggs that we need. So hopefully y'all don't crack eggs like me. I know that was kind of sloppy, but I crack eggs better than it, y'all. So now we're going to add our Parmesan cheese to our eggs. Now this was a brand new container, so I had to, take that lid off. And we're going to use our cup. That's the amount we need, and we're just going to shake that up in there. Alright, so next we're going to use the black pepper to season the mixture we just made, like so. And we're going to use the salt to do the same exact thing. Okay, so here's the fun part. So we're just going to take a regular fork and we're just going to mix until we get the right consistency that we need for our dish. So first it's going to be looking crazy, like lumpy and stuff, but you want it to be smooth. That's the key, because we're going to use this as our sauce once we add the pasta water. So we're going to save some of our water. And yeah, so now we're just going to chop up our bacon. So here we are, we have the beef bacon right here. And y'all, it took me forever to open this pack. I don't know what was going on with the pack, but it took me forever to open it, but I finally did, thank God. And we're going to get our 7, y'all. I use 7 slices of bacon. We're going to use our bacon and we're going to cut them up. So you see me like taking them out the pack and like stacking them on top of each other. I just did it that way so that way it's easier for me to cut, as y'all kind of see. So just make sure they're still stacked so that you can get like the same, at least the same, try to get the same size if you can, but if you can't, then that's fine. It don't have to be perfect because it's all going to be cooked down. And now we're going to get to the fun part. So this is when we're going to fry up our bacon. So I'm just going to use like a little bit of oil and then kind of, move it around. Y'all know how we do it. Because of course you already know that the bacon is going to make its own kind of grease once we cook it down. So y'all going to see. So I added my bacon and I'm just going to let it like cook down. I seasoned it with black pepper, salt, and some onion powder to give it like some taste, even though bacon already has like its own, signature taste, but just to add a little razzle dazzle. It's not going to hurt. The bacon, when I was cooking this, y'all, it smelled so good. It smelled so good. This is my first time ever like cooking with bacon bits. I know a lot of people use bacon bits for like salads and stuff, but I never used it when it like comes to hot food. So this is a first. So it wasn't too bad. It took everything in me not to eat this bacon, but it was easy. It wasn't too much. So now we're just going to let this cook down, and then we're going to take the bacon out when we're ready. And just like that, our bacon went from this to this. Our bacon is done, and then we're going to take it out and we're going to save our grease. So the next part is we're going to use our grease to cook down our garlic. So I'm going to grab our garlic. We're only going to use a tablespoon, y'all. So I just use a spoon and scoop some out, and we're just going to start cooking that down for at least a minute until it's nice and, nice and seared at least. The aroma of garlic was definitely hitting me, y'all, because you know how like as soon as you open a jar, it's like the strong smell of garlic just hits you. Even though it was smelling good, it was like, whoa. But yeah, I didn't use that much though, but it still was like a strong smell. Y'all know how garlic smell. So while our garlic is finishing up, we're going to work on our spaghetti. So I added my oil, of course 2 cabs, that's all I use for, my pasta water, and some salt. And we're going to add our spaghetti. So it doesn't matter what box of spaghetti you get, as long as it's a pound, because that's what you need for your dish. So I know my method, a lot of people, they break their spaghetti differently, but it's easier if I twist it and break it, because I don't want spaghetti flying everywhere. Because sometimes that happens if you're not careful. So make sure when you're breaking your spaghetti, please be careful. Do not have spaghetti flying all over the place. A great tip my mom had told me was, as soon as you put your pasta in, stir right away, because you don't want your spaghetti to stick right away. Even if it's like, any other pasta, you don't want it to stick right away. So as soon as you put it in, start stirring, making sure that your pasta is cooked evenly, because you don't want half-done pasta. It's not going to taste too well. So make sure that your stuff is like nice and cooked all the way through. Alright, so I'm going to keep stirring until I feel like it's almost done. Of course you got to taste that noodle to make sure, because we don't want to say it's done and then it's not done. So, we want to taste it, making sure it's good. Oh, we got the thumbs up, so we good. And it's time to save some of that pasta water. Remember I was telling y'all we're going to save that water for the sauce, so I just grab, a bowl. It doesn't matter what size, as long as you make sure you get enough water, because you want your sauce to be, not too thick, but, just enough. And now here's the tricky part. Now it's time to strain our pasta, y'all. So carefully, please do this carefully. I know too many people that have burnt themselves doing this. It's so simple, but yet it's so deadly. If you're not careful, you will burn yourself. So as y'all see, I'm kind of like shaking it around just to make sure that all of the water is strained out, because even though we're going to use the pasta water, when you're straining your noodles, make sure all of the water is out. Thank you. And then I'm going to transfer my pasta back into the same pot that we used before. If you left some noodles in the strainer, it's okay. Just use a spoon to like scoop it out and you should be good. Now we're going to use the garlic that we had cooked down, and we're just going to scoop that in there. Thinking back, I probably should have made a little more garlic, but it still wasn't too garlicky. You just want to make sure it's enough. And we're going to add that pasta water I was telling y'all. The recipe was calling for 1 cup. That wasn't enough, so of course I had to go back. Thank God I saved more pasta water. Thank God. And now we have this good creamy sauce, y'all. Y'all see it. I'm so glad I followed my mind and actually saved more pasta water than what I thought I would need, because if y'all saw it, it wasn't given. That was not no sauce, but I'm glad I found my mind. Now I'm going to add that bacon I cooked first, and we're just going to mix that in there. Nice and even. I probably should have made more bacon too, but it was still even. Y'all gonna see. So I'm just giving that bacon an even mix, and then I'm going to season it once again. It was smelling so good up in there, y'all. I'm sorry. I was ready to eat right then and there. But of course we had to add just a little bit more seasoning to give it, some taste, some flavor. So of course our salt and our pepper for taste, and then I added Italian seasoning right on top, because of course this is an Italian dish, so of course you gotta put that Italian seasoning. So first it was acting up, it wasn't trying to come out, but then I finally got to come out, so I'm glad it came out. And then I give it one last mix. When you mixing pasta, y'all have to make sure y'all scrape the bottom as well. Make sure you mix everything. Mix it all. Like, y'all see me, I'm trying to put my wrist in it. But I am so glad this turned out so delicious, y'all. So I'm plating my food. And then with spaghetti carbonara, you can add like a side salad if you want. You can add some garlic bread if you want. But this is just the basis of what I've made. It turned out so delicious. My mom liked it, my little brother liked it, and I loved it. So if you want to make it, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and follow me because I'm going to be dropping more videos, y'all. More videos. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.